Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to discuss about analysis of frames using matrix method of structural analysis. Let me share the content. Right. So we'll discuss how to solve the frames, how to analyze the frames by stiffness matrix method of analysis. It is similar to beams. Analysis of frames is also analysis is similar to the analysis of beams. Let me start on problems on frames. So here you can see that using the displacement method, analyze the frame shown in the below figure. You can see here that in addition to horizontal member, you will be having a vertical member, but analysis will be almost same. So here you can see that support A is a hinge support, support C is a fixed support, and support D is also fixed support. And in the span BD, that is on the vertical member, there is a point load of 120 kilonewton, which is not acting at the center. It is at a distance of 1.6 meter from support B and 3.2 meter from support D. Okay. So the unknowns are, since D and C are fixed support, it will not allow any sort of translation or rotation. So you have rotation at support A, right? Even that will prevent horizontal and vertical translation. You have rotation at A and at B. You have a rotation at B. Okay, so there is no translation at support at joint B, since there is a horizontal support. You have a support at A and C and at also D, so there will be no translation. It is only rotation at support B. So we have 2 degrees of freedom, that is theta A and theta B. I'll mention it as coordinate 1 in the clockwise direction and coordinate 2 in the clockwise direction at support A and B. Okay, so the unknown displacements are theta A and theta B. The coordinate selected and fully restrained structure are also shown. It is fully restrained now. You can see that it is fully restrained structure. So what is that we need to calculate? We need to calculate, we do not have any load on member AB or BC. We have load only on the vertical member BD. So we need to calculate that MFDB or MFBD. MFDB or MFBD. MFDB, always we have to start from the support. So from DB, if you are starting, it is anti-clockwise minus WAB square by L square, and for BD it is MFBD is equal to plus WBA square by L square. So how much it is? Minus 42.667 kilonewton meter minus W 120, A value is 3.2, B value is 1.6 square, divided by total length is 4.8 square. What is the answer we are going to get? Minus 42.667 kilonewton meter, and MFBD it is plus 85.33 kilonewton meter. All other fixed end moments are 0. So now B is connected to BA and A is not connected to any member AB, right? MFAB we do not have any load, so it is 0. So for a restrained structure at support A it is 0, at support B it is connected to BA, BC and BD. BA anyway it is 0, BD we have 85.33. Again BC is there is no load in frame in the span BC, no load on BA only, and BD we have a load. How much it is? It is 85.33. So BA, BC plus BD if I do, I am going to get only 85.33. And do we have any moments acting at support A or support B, external couple or a moment? Nothing. So it is 0, 0. Right. So next, what is that we need to do? We need to apply a rotation at coordinate 1, clockwise rotation at coordinate 1, let that be theta is equal to 1. So K11, what is the rotation at, what is the force at coordinate 1 due to rotation at coordinate 1? So again same, use the same formula, that is 2EI by L into 2 theta A plus theta B minus 3 delta by L. Theta B is equal to 0, delta is equal to 0. So when you do that, what is the answer we are going to get? K11 is equal to EI. Next, K21, that is what is the force developed at coordinate 2 due to displacement or rotation at coordinate 1. So same here, 2 EI by L into 2 theta B plus theta A minus 3 delta by L. Delta is also 0, theta B is also 0. So when you are going to do, what is the answer you are going to get? We are going to get 0.5 EI. So similarly, when you apply a coordinate, rotation at coordinate 2, when theta b is equal to 1 in a clockwise direction. So in the span AB, it causes hogging moment. In span BC, it causes sagging moment. And in span BC, it again causes hogging moment. We can notice here, right? So now for span, in the span BA, that is what is happening at coordinate 1 due to unit displacement at coordinate 2 or unit rotation at coordinate 2 is 2 EI by L into 2 theta B, sorry, 2 theta A plus theta B minus 3 delta by L. Theta A is 0, delta is 0. So what is the answer we are going to get? We are going to get 0.5 EI. Now what is a force developed at coordinate 2 due to displacement at coordinate 2. So what is the answer we are going to get? BA, that is 2 EI by L into 2 theta B plus theta A minus 3 delta by L. That is theta A is also 0, delta is also 0. When you do that, you are going to get 4 EI by 4. Next, for span BC. For span BC, if I do 2 EI by L into 2 theta B plus theta C minus 3 delta by L. Theta C is also 0. Delta is also 0. So what is the answer we are going to get? We are going to get 4E into 2I divided by 8, since the I value is 2I here. Next, for spans BD, if I take 2 theta B plus theta D minus 3 delta by L, theta D is also 0, delta is also 0, and I value is 3I here, and the length is 4.8. So 4E into 3I divided by 4.8. If I do, what is the answer I am going to get? I am going to get 4.5 EI. So once you know the stiffness matrix, arrange the stiffness matrix equation K into delta is equal to P minus PL. K value always you have to write in the column wise K11, K21, K12, K22 into delta 1 into delta 2 is equal to P minus PL. So PL value for PL1 is 0, PL2 it is 85.33. When you do this, you are going to get theta A value is equal to 10.039 divided by EI, and theta C is equal to minus 20.078 by EI. So once you substitute theta A and theta C value in your slope deflection equation, you are going to get the final moments. MAB is equal to 0, MBA is equal to minus 15.059 kilonewton. Similarly, calculate MBC, MCB, MBD and MDP. So now same frame problem you take, instead of on span BD, instead of taking 120 kilonewton, take 20 kilonewton and solve the same problem. So identify the degrees of freedom, determine the stiffness matrix, determine the unknown displacement and find the final forces. So it will be like a practice session for you. If you do that problem, it will be a kind of a practice also, and if you have any sort of doubts, you can, once you solve the problem, you will be able to understand. Thank you. So in the next class, we'll do sway frame. That is when there is a horizontal translation also in addition to rotation in a frame, how to solve that we'll discuss in the next class.